Live only on DAZN, August 16th, Moses Atauma, the next heavyweight superstar, faces his greatest challenge, Dillian Whyte, back to remind the world he's not done yet. Atauma versus Whyte. Click the link in the description to buy now.
Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Finally, you are a bit of an evasive guy, Frank.
Me? I don't mean to be. Sorry, I've had a busy few days. I only got in last minute, didn't I? So I've been here for 24 hours, but I'm here with you. I would never miss up a chance to speak with the Stomping Ground and yourself.
I just want to say how heartbroken I am when I go scroll through the YouTube videos that are going up and I see you on other channels, and then you go and
it's right place, right time.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Right place, right time. You know, and it really building up to this moment to give you an Oscar-worthy performance sitting here today.
Oscar-worthy for sure. Ed, I want to tell him what you said.
What?
Eddie.
He's got no interest.
Quickly. Sorry to do this. Sorry to
Just
Frank.
get me more views, like, if you come in it.
So what
Sorry
you
to
do
Frank.
now is you can go Eddie, Hearn and Frank Smith, and it'll quadruple his views.
What were you going to
I
ask
actually
him?
just,
And then we
I
can
just
get rid
wanted to be honest. I said to Frank, "Are you feeling alright?" Obviously, he travelled just like you, and he said, "I'm not a moaner." So
That's because he's always on private jets, the best hotel suites, everything. I go in economy.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen economy with your own flat screen TV, space to put your feet out, crisps, drinks. He's right.
Tough life.
It's quite good to have Eddie in a thumbnail. Ghana. Yeah.
Amazing place.
Saw you
Accra.
and Freddie Cunningham were out there. Yeah, what is it like? Because I know Charlie's been there. I was meant to go actually, but I was quite disappointed. It does look like there's a good mix of kind of like rough boxing gyms, but also quite a nice bit of nightlife, I think.
It's like most places in the world, isn't it? Then? You know, I've not been in too many nice boxing gyms in my time. Don't know if you have. If you could send a few to me, that would be good. Yeah, it's an amazing place. We actually saw the show they did there a few months ago. The Legacy Rise team, you know, Sharaf and all his team that have put it together, and what they've done in the last year has been quite spectacular. You know, there's opportunity out there to do. There's obviously talks about an AJ fight, but outside of that, a broader, longer-term partnership as well. So we'll see. It was good to spend some time there. I was there for a couple of days. Great place. Definitely would go back.
Talk about a potential AJ fight there. Obviously, he's got Nigerian heritage, but is this an approach from, like, I don't want to say a government approach, just like an approach from people involved with, like, Ghana as a whole, or just a businessman in Ghana, or?
Yeah, I mean, look, Sharaf, whose company Legacy is the president of Ghana's son. But it's something he's been doing. He's been involved in boxing. You know, he's always had a passion for boxing. It was the first time I'd met him properly. And it was amazing to see. So, you know, there's, as you say there, AJ, obviously with Nigerian heritage, there's been approaches in the past for Nigeria that haven't come, you know, to fruition. But this is a real opportunity, and they've shown a lot of intent to do something special there. You know, and if it's not AJ, then they're going to carry on doing the fights they're doing, and hopefully there's a partnership there that can be built.
He spoke to Ed, spoke to Frank Warren as well. The thing that was hitting the airwaves was Tony Yoka, but Ed said it just kind of come out of nowhere. I feel like it did. I see him being interviewed, obviously Simon Queensbury. Then it was just, oh yeah, AJ and Tony Yoka's moving towards a fight in Ghana.
I saw that as well.
Yeah. Just
no, look,
it
was never. There hasn't been a list of names really looked at. As you know, and as you've seen, the Jake Paul fight is a fight that is leading the charge right now for Anthony Joshua. And Ghana was just a discussion around doing an event there. It wasn't about a particular opponent. AJ could fight anyone there, and it would pack it out. You know, might even fight me and you on the same night there.
Me and you on the same night?
I think
you along with AJ, me or you?
Me.
You're underestimating
got more care.
How light I am on my feet.
He's got more care for me, probably.
True, yeah, true.
Wouldn't punch me as hard.
Where's AJ and Jake Paul at as we sit here? Because obviously,
I think Jake Paul is in Puerto Rico. AJ, I don't know. Where is
don't
it
take
at?
the piss out of me.
Where is it at? It's
because I guess these negotiations are they're just rolling. They are 24/7 negotiations.
Yeah, but in a good place. But let's see. You know, look, there's going to be a lot of people who write the fight off, obviously, as we know. But the reality is, the commercial reality is, it's a massive event. So let's see what happens.
How are your dealings with Jake and Nikisa now in comparison to ones of the past?
In all honesty, I haven't really been speaking to Nikisa. Eddie's been speaking to him daily. I've spoken to Nikisa. I haven't always had the best relationship, but last time I saw him was cordial and good. But yeah, Eddie's been speaking to him daily, and I'm sure when the time is right, then I shall come into it. But
I spoke to him after Usyk Dubois at Wembley, and the first thing he said to me is, "By the way, you know AJ has no chin." And I was like,
"Who said
fine.
that?"
Jake. And I was like, "Okay, fine. I'm not going to respond to that." But it made me
Jake's
think.
known for his chin, to be fair.
True. It made me think. Does he actually, or do you think he actually thinks he's going to win, or is he just putting on this front of let me tell people?
I think he's utterly delusional, and I think he's got so many people around him who blow smoke up his arse, like a lot of people in the world, that he believes it.
He's not just putting on a front saying, "Look, let me make everyone believe that."
I'm sure he actually realises it's a hard task, but I truly believe he believes he can do it.
Is this not a boxing cash out for him though? Like, I know he's world ranked and whatnot. Surely getting knocked out, you'd expect pretty brutally by
Not
AJ.
really, because what's the worst that can happen? He gets knocked out, everyone goes, of course he was going to get knocked out. And if he wins, everyone goes, oh my goodness.
If he wins.
What? No, I know, but I'm not saying he wins, but that's the reality. Like, there is no win, there is no loss for him here.
Let's see. Dillian Whyte, I guess he feels like a bit of a victim, right? Because experts, ex-fighters, current fighters are kind of saying, look, this is Moses, this is going to be quite quick. Can you tell that he's pissed off? And is he right to feel a bit disrespected, do you think?
I haven't actually seen him since I've been here. I've seen some interviews with him. I think you have to be honest and say the momentum is definitely with Moses Atalma. He's coming off the back of great wins, great knockout finishes, and quite frankly, Dillian didn't look great against Tete, did he? I don't think even he'd say he did. So I can understand people's view on it, but that will just be the fire he needs. And to be fair, I've never seen Dillian look in such good shape.
What's your relationship like with Dillian?
All right, yeah. I don't go out for beers or Sunday roast with him, but yeah,
You go out for bottles of red?
Yeah, I do. No, but I've known Dillian a long time, probably 10, 11 years. And openly, I'm sure, had ups and downs, but I think, good relationship with him.
Because them Sky days, there's not as many pay-per-views as there used to be, but the fact that Dillian in non-title fights was pulling over
doing
half
massive
a million
numbers.
pay-per-views.
Yeah. He did. And they were different times in the sport, obviously, but he had some massive nights, and we worked together for a long time together.
Talking about different times in the sport, we haven't certainly spoke to you about it. Would you make of Boxer times BBC?
Yeah, BBC have got some great comedy shows, and this can add to it. Look, good luck to him. I try and make humour out of everything. I think it's the easiest way to be. I think anyone who gives Ben Shalom another gig is absolutely mental and needs their head looked at, because how can you give a guy who's given an absolute fortune on what he said, I'm on the biggest platform in the world, if you don't join me you haven't got a chance, blah blah blah, and completely failed with it. Anyone who'd sit there in their right mind to go, you should give this guy another chance, needs their head checked, but good luck to him.
Do you think that removes him from, and I feel harsh saying this, but it's just...
You're going to say it removes him from the top tier of promoters?
Yeah, because it was, prior to Frank joining DAZN, it was Frank had BT, then TNT, Eddie had DAZN, and it was Ben on Sky, and it was all competing. And I know there was a bit of shoving here and there with Shalom, but that was just a new guy in the game, and Eddie had that with Frank originally. But do you think this removes him from the kind of top tier of UK promoters, or world promoters even?
Yeah, in truth, because he's not going to have the budget in order to do big things. That's just the reality of it. And look, he had a chance to build something. No one else fucked it up. He did.
That the BBC...
No, but I get a lot of shit. I just was always been honest. Do I think he would have got his deal with Sky carried on? I always said no, because you'd be mad to carry it on. Because what success has he had? What has he built? Absolutely nothing. And throughout the whole thing, it's just been marred with troubles, hasn't it? And I get shit for that. But look at the facts. I'm not you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You got given the golden opportunity, and there's something there because he got the deal. But I think it's wild that anyone else would go give that guy a chance.
What did you rate his period at Sky out of 10? If you had to put a rating
3.
on it.
I mean, like, he did some good things in the early days. But again, when you've got a boatload of money and you're trying to make an impression, the thing is, he's coming into a business where he didn't care about making money. It was about, it was about breaking his way in. And what, he got a £32 million deal with Sky. It's not insignificant, is it? It's a huge amount of money. And a pay-per-view platform that had consistently delivered over the years, hadn't it? Like, let's be honest. So, how hard is it? Or are we good? Or was it the perfect timing? Was it everything? Maybe. But, and it was never going to be easy for him. I'm not going to sit here and lie. And people say, this is the thing, that people say I'm jealous of Ben Shalom. I'm not jealous about him. I'm the least jealous person you can meet. I just don't really like him. I don't like the way he operates. And I will always be honest with that. I'm not jealous of him. I've been very successful in my own right. I own a part of a business that is, worth well over £1 billion because I've worked my bollocks off. And I'm not saying it's my business, but I've got a part of it. And I'd much rather have a small part of this than 100% of that. So, good luck to him.
Will there be talks about work and fighters operating on the BBC? And because if there is a big show on BBC One, the one thing that cannot be denied is people will see it. So if there's potential of one of your fighters to be an opponent for a world title on the BBC, surely...
It's just not going to happen, though, because they haven't got the budget. That's just the reality of it. We know that... And look, the BBC is very public. The numbers bandied about, But again, it's good. It's not a bad thing that boxing's on the BBC. But, people, it can do big numbers. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily the right audience all the time. Then why was he jumping up and down about Sky all those years ago if BBC was the place to be? Go with BBC. Which one is it? Now it's like, this is the best opportunity ever for the fighters. Wait a minute, that was the best opportunity you just had. But because you messed it up, now this is the best opportunity. And what? After a year of his deal, he's got a 1 year deal, 4 fights, and he messes that up. What's the next best opportunity?
Do you think his time at the BBC will be...
Yes, short-lived. Okay. It won't get a second season commissioned.
Talking of seasons, when's Matchroom Season 1 coming to Netflix?
You will see very soon.
I feel like that has been filmed for about 10 years.
I cannot say, but very soon you will see.
How much airtime's Charlie getting?
None.
A Netflix
I don't know. I think
that could worry me.
I think they removed him.
Okay, good. Just making sure his head doesn't get too big.
They removed him from the programme.
Final one. We got the date, the final date after the change for Eubank-Benn 2. Look, I don't know. I've heard miscommunication was one reason.
It was boxer, again.
Was it? Because I was thinking, was it not just that Chris wasn't in camp? Chris wasn't ready for September.
But why accept the date and say, yeah, no problem? Anyway, it's what it is with November 15th. We're fully focused on that now. That's the date. Conor Benn was ready then. He'll be ready. He was ready for September. He'll be ready for November. It's a brilliant fight. It's a huge fight. It's going to be a magnificent occasion once again. A great night for the sport of boxing. And I can't wait for it.
Do you agree with what Simon Jordan said, that Chris only fights for money?
Yes. I think a lot of people only fight for money.
It's not a negative.
No. Why do I do what I do? Money.
Yeah, you don't enjoy this at all.
No, but like...
I know what you mean.
I don't like...
I wouldn't do this, which I love.
I wouldn't work 320, days of travelling a year for love or passion. I've got loads of loves. I've got family. I've got loads of things.
I've got loads of money.
No, but 90% of people are driven by money. He is not driven by legacy, as he's shown, because he's always taken fights that have been more about money than necessarily legacy throughout his career. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying he's wrong for that. But yes, he fights for money. Fair play.
Yeah, look how brutal that fight was.
Yeah, he deserves every penny he gets. But also, at the same time, these people saying about the weight, what you've done, make him make weight. He's a grown man who got offered an absolute fortune and he accepted it, right? It's not for me, you, the next person to say any different. That's the game we're in. It's a dangerous business, yes, unfortunately, and we have to make it as safe as possible. But the only person who can decide what weight he should be is himself. No one else. What have I got to do with it? I go to him and say, you should fight this way. I go, what have you got to do with my career?
I was speaking to Harlem earlier and he said that he is genuinely concerned for his safety in the second fight.
But this is the thing, it's difficult for me, right? Because my job is to represent, obviously, Conor, Matchroom in all this. When they get in the ring, it doesn't matter. Like, I have no involvement with it, obviously. No one else does apart from those two guys. The people who have to tell Chris things are his team, right? The people around him. I have no place to say I might have personal opinions. It doesn't matter what my opinion is, does it? As an individual. He's getting paid an absolute fortune to go and do something, right? And he's choosing to do it. No one's got a gun against his head saying, Chris, get in this ring. Have they? You know? This man is a grown man who, as we all know, does whatever he wants to do. And if he didn't want it, he wouldn't take it. But the reality is, getting paid an absolute fortune, and he's doing it because he is choosing to do it. That's life. It's frustrating, the narrative that's pushed around with it. You know, all it promote, man. If you're that bothered, you tell him. What are you saying to us? Nothing to do with me, is it? It's him. That's it.
Live only on DAZN, August 16th, Moses Atauma, the next heavyweight superstar, faces his greatest challenge, Dillian Whyte, back to remind the world he's not done yet. Atauma versus Whyte. Click the link in the description to buy now.